This one here, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. One of the best books of all time on dealing with people. You should read it and then read it again and then read it again and then read it a few more times, underline things, and apply what you're reading every day and go back to the book. Carnegie didn't talk, he listened. He made her feel important. The 3 magic words that if you use them will get people to create instant affinity with you. They'll instantly like you.
He's built multi-million-dollar companies. His explosive books on health and wealth have sold over 60 million copies. Now, The Kevin Trudeau Show they don't want you to know.
Dale Carnegie wrote the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, this book here. He was known as the world's greatest conversationalist. This is at a time before TV and radio and telephones and all that stuff. People actually went over other people's homes. They went for dinner parties, cocktail parties. They went out to clubs. Nobody stayed home. You know, sometimes you stayed home, but generally people would go out at night. They'd either go to somebody else's home, play cards, have dinner parties. People were mingling. People were socializing. And Dale Carnegie was known as the world's greatest conversationalist. In New York City, one of the socialites was putting together this magnificent event. All the major social people were going there, including the columnists who write for the Society column. The woman invited Dale Carnegie because if you're having a party and you want a successful party, if you had the world's greatest conversationalist there, that's kind of a feather in your cap. He's going to be wandering around talking with people, the world's greatest conversationalist. You're going to have a successful party. And in those days when somebody came into the event or the party area where all the people were gathered, the butler would introduce them. So people just didn't walk in. They would say, presenting Joe Smith. And the people who were talking could hear that. And now they have an idea who just walked in, who just came in. So in this particular case, Carnegie shows up and they say, presenting Mr. Dale Carnegie. And the hostess saw him, made a beeline, went running over and said, Mr. Carnegie, I'm so happy to have you here. I heard you're the world's greatest conversationalist. And he said, well, thank you very much. I do have that distinction. She says, I understand you have been traveling around the world lecturing. You must have many fascinating stories to tell us. We'd love to hear them. He goes, I would love to share them with you. He says, but I heard that you recently went on a safari in Africa. He said, is that true? She said, well, yes, it is. He said, was that your first time to Africa? She says, yes, it was. He says, how long did you go for? She goes, oh, I was there a month. He says, I've never been to Africa. What's it like? She goes, Mr. Carnegie, let me tell you about it. It was one of the most exciting experiences of my life. First, and she went on to talk and talk and talk. And Mr. Carnegie just listened and listened. He leaned in a little bit. He listened. He nodded his head as she said things. Are you paying attention? I'm giving you keys here. And afterwards, she said, I have to attend to my other guests. They parted and didn't talk for the rest of the evening. The next day, she wrote the Society column article. And she said, I had a party last night. We invited the world's greatest conversationalist. I had a chance to meet with him, and we talked for over 20 minutes. And I have to say, he is, in fact, the world's greatest conversationalist. Carnegie didn't talk, he listened. He made her feel important by asking questions and showing genuine interest. He listened. So here are the 3 magic words. The 3 magic words that if you use them will get people to create instant affinity with you. They'll instantly like you because it's something they crave. The 3 magic words. I hear you. I hear you. Deep inside, every one of us wants to be heard. And when you're meeting somebody and somebody is talking, and after that, whether you agree with them or disagree with them, whether it was boring what they said or not, you say, with a little nod, leaning forward a little bit, say, looking him right in the eye, I hear you. And that magic happens. the person instantly lights up inside and there's an energetic connection. They love you. They like you. And from there, you can move forward. There are many phrases that if you just commit them virtually to memory and start using them, first from memory, and then second from genuine interest, your affinity with other people will dramatically change and go up. And virtually everything in your life will get better. Because you will have people subconsciously pulling for you because they like you. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.